minimalist approach to personal finance. Get financial wisdom from the story of John. Throughout most of his life, he struggled to handle money wisely. Whenever he earned some, it quickly slipped through his fingers. We suspect many of us can understand that feeling too, since about 8 out of 10 Americans face the same paycheck-to-paycheck situation. His college years left him with a degree in statistics and a huge burden of $70,000 in student loans. But instead of being cautious, he made a poor choice and bought a brand new car. Yeah, he wasn't exactly smart with money. Strangely enough, he avoided facing his financial situation head-on. John's debt had reached such a staggering amount that he couldn't see any way out of the hole he dug himself into. However, even with all that debt, he continued to spend recklessly. He couldn't resist adding more expenses to his list, including a fancy motorbike, computer, and an appealing piano. After he finished college, though, reality hit him hard. He finally came to terms with the fact that he needed to change his ways. Ignoring the massive trouble he was in was no longer an option. It was one of the toughest decisions he ever had to make in his entire life. Turn of events. John experienced a remarkable journey over 4 years. He successfully paid off all his student loans and even managed to clear his car payment. Today, we want to discuss the relationship between money and the concept of minimalism, which played a crucial role in his financial accomplishments. The fundamental rule he learned for achieving financial success is quite simple: spend less money than you earn. However, putting this into practice is not as effortless as it sounds. Money has a peculiar way of slipping away, regardless of how much we make. This happens because we rarely discuss money openly. It has become a sensitive and touchy subject, making it challenging to have honest conversations about it with coworkers, family, or anyone else without feeling judged or offended. To improve our financial situations, we believe we must break down the barriers and start having candid discussions about money. We need to set aside our egos and be willing to learn from others' experiences. In fact, reading books on personal finance is one of the most effective ways to learn valuable lessons. We recommend 4 books that have personally helped us: Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert, Total Money Makeover by Dave Ramsey, I Will Teach You to Be Rich by Ramit Sethi, and Unshakable by Tony Robbins. These books provide trusted and proven advice that can bring significant value to anyone seeking to improve their financial situation. Avoid falling into the trap of lifestyle creep. It happens when we earn more money, like getting a raise or landing a big project, and then immediately start spending it on fancier things. We might upgrade our apartment, buy a better car, or indulge in other luxuries to reward ourselves for the success. However, if we're more mindful about our spending and resist the urge to inflate our lifestyle every time our income increases, we'll be much better off in the long run. In 5 or 10 years, we'll enjoy a more comfortable life and have greater financial security. Sometimes, we convince ourselves that we deserve all the things we buy, and advertisers play a sneaky role in this. They make us feel like we've earned those indulgences and that we deserve to treat ourselves. While shopping can be enjoyable, we must realize that not all the things we buy are essential. Ultimately, what we truly deserve is financial freedom and being free from debt. By avoiding lifestyle inflation and being mindful of our spending habits, we can work towards achieving that goal. You shouldn't have to live paycheck to paycheck. Social media puts a lot of pressure on us to keep up with the Joneses. When we see what everyone else has, it's tempting to want the same things and fear missing out. However, rich people become wealthy by making smart choices with their money. They don't rush to lease a brand new luxury car or rent an apartment they can't afford. Another source of pressure comes from within ourselves. We often fall for the myth of "I don't have," convincing ourselves that we need to buy something before we can pursue our dreams or start new activities. For example, you might think you can't make a film or start a workout routine because you don't have the right equipment or gear. In fact, all it does is delay us from pursuing our goals and aspirations. It tricks us into believing that buying unnecessary things will solve our problems, even though it won't. Achieving our dreams requires making sacrifices. For instance, after college, John chose to move back in with his parents' house and lived in their basement for 2 years. He cut back on dating, spending, and going out because he knew he had to make sacrifices to reach a point where he could take risks. It's crucial to be absolutely clear about why we're doing this. Why do we want to be free from debt? Why do we desire financial freedom? When we truly understand our reasons for wanting to break free from living paycheck to paycheck and becoming debt-free, everything else becomes easier to tackle. We envision the security and ability to support our family and friends during tough times, and that's why this journey is so vital. With that clarity, we can embrace more risks and challenge ourselves, stepping out of our comfort zone in ways we couldn't before. In reality, breaking free from living paycheck to paycheck and making sound financial decisions requires resisting the social media influence and challenging the myth of "I don't have." By being mindful of our spending and focusing on what truly matters, we can lead a more fulfilling life without constantly chasing what others appear to have. John's being debt-free has played a crucial role in shaping his life. Recognizing his financial challenges and taking that first step were pivotal, setting off a chain reaction that led him to make daring decisions like relocating across the country and starting a whole new business. These choices weren't easy, especially with debts lingering over him, making success seem far-fetched. The key to financial freedom is quite straightforward: spend less than you earn. However, the reality is that we often face pressures that push us to do the opposite. Overcoming these challenges and forming a healthy relationship with money, along with developing positive financial habits, is the path to achieving true financial freedom. We appreciate you being here and listening. We'd love to know about the strategies, tips, tools, and books that have helped you on your own financial journey. How did you manage to chip away at your debts and eventually become debt-free? Sharing our success stories and encouraging one another in our financial endeavors can truly make a difference in our lives. Don't let yourself feel intimidated or disheartened by the success stories of others. Instead, view them as inspiration for what you can achieve. If someone can overcome their debts, that shows you can do it too. Thanks, everyone, for watching.